Say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our
Oh, good boy.
day. Our day, rock and roll.
That was the best. We're in the car. We're in our car. Off to get a COVID vaccine. Number 6 for me. Number 5 for you.
Is it 5 or 4? I can't remember how many.
Number 4 for you.
No, it's number 5, isn't it? Because I think there's only been once you've had it and I haven't.
Yeah. So a lot of vaccines. And we need to get the flu jab as well. So, yeah, that's fun.
Alright, you alright there? Lovely. Ready? 1, 2, 3. In it goes. Oh, finish!
It's really cool, isn't it? We need to take a selfie for Mum and Dad as well. Oh, you.
We're done. So we got here and there was a car boot. So thankfully we had cash on us. We rarely have cash on us, like rarely. But yeah, we got it. We rarely have cash, but we have cash because we got no other money and we knew we was gonna need dinner when we're out. But when we got here, there was a car boot, and we got halfway round, and this one little table had a music box, which is adorable, and some stuff of the Queen. Well, she said,
Right?
his ass is out. Make us an offer, and Sophie and I was like, we don't do that. As you guys, one of you guys knows when Soph did the picture, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, and I don't know which ones I want, and then they, and I was like, oh, I don't know how much money we got, and then I said to Soph, oh, we've only got £20. So they were like, oh, just do 15 then. Let's just say, the stuff that we have is worth probably like those plates per first hand were probably like 50 quid.
Yeah.
And we got 3 plates and a cup that's part of the royal family, plus the music box.
Yeah. Did pretty good, didn't we?
We did.
Felt terrible about it though, didn't we?
Yeah. But I knew that we had to get some. We actually had £40, but we had to get some dinner, and we saw one of those like burger vans. And Sophie and I have not had like a burger van burger since.
Out of our family home.
Yeah, so that would be 2014, and we were just like, that smells really good. So we did it, and we had it,
It was nice.
and I'll pop a picture in here because it was really good, and there wasn't that many people around, and we managed to find a stray bench that we went and sat on and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then we saw a butterfly.
We did.
It was like this big. I've never seen one so tiny. And it was like white, but blue, but purple. So I'm going to have to try and find a picture because it was stunning. Initially we thought it was like a bit of rubbish blowing at us, but it turned out it was a butterfly and it was just gorgeous. But, yeah, we're on our way home now. Knackered. Had the injection, COVID injection. The very first ones we had was AstraZeneca, which we had as number 1 and number 2. And then on the third one, they were saying that they haven't got it. Then we had to have Pfizer. And my mum's only ever had AstraZeneca, and for this one they've turned and said no, we don't do it. Actually, AstraZeneca hasn't done vaccines since the second one. So I don't know why they just keep telling my mum that they haven't got it at the minute, when actually they don't do it.
But she's had more than 2 vaccines. So
God knows.
something's not right there.
No.
'Cause she's had more than 2.
She was about to have her 5th.
Yeah, exactly. So she's had,
4 AstraZenecas.
unless she hasn't.
God knows. But the one we've just got is a multi-mix one of something, and it's also covers the Omicron variant, so I am really happy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's number 6 for me and number 5 for for vaccines, but we've not had COVID.
No.
We still double mask, we still do everything to keep ourselves protected, and we've not had it, which not many people can say that they've not had it.
No.
But that Omicron one was quite terrifying.
Our parents are the only people I know who haven't had it.
Yeah, definitely. So at least we're protected against COVID in general, and now Omicron. And now we just need to book in our flu vaccination. Yes. But look, we've still got the Jubilee. Every time I see it now, it's so sad, but I don't want to get rid of it. I don't know what to do. But yeah, we're going to go home now. As the corgi does.
Yes.
But yeah. Homeward bound. Home to our girls.
Yay.
Oh, I'm dual recorded.
Oh,
Oh, you escaped. I got it though. Oh, that's a bit close to my face. You got it. Dixie,
Yeah.
how's your leg?
Fine.
They look fine to me.
Yeah, they're fine.
Here is some of the stuff we got at the car boot when we had our COVID vaccines. So Soph saw this and straight away thought Cinderella. It's like even got details of how they're planning to make the little mouse. It's super cute, and the best thing is it's a music box. So we'll show you that now.
I didn't know the one with the paintbrush moved as well.
What, on the back?
I'm okay. I'm sorry, Arthur.
Ta-da! This cup
Beautiful.
for William and Kate's wedding. This is really cool. And the date of their wedding, I was actually in the HDU section of the ICU because I was having a very severe asthma attack. And then underneath, it's got who it is, where they had the wedding, and there's only 2,500 of these.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Happy as Larry. That's for sure. But yeah, these were a proper bargain, and yeah, we would not have gotten for the price we did if we were to have gone anywhere else.
No. And they were such lovely people.
They were. But yeah, love it. This is one of the plates that we saw.
Albert, enough, please.
And it says this on the back. Here's the second plate. And this one's to celebrate the 80th birthday of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And then it's got the date on the back. And then on the back here, it's got 1926 Queen Elizabeth II 80th birthday. In celebration of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II 80th birthday 1926 to 2006. Produced in the finest bone china and embellished with 22 karat gold. Exclusive to Compton and Woodhouse 2005. So yep, there's another beauty. And this is the final one to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And then Coalport. We've got something else with Coalport. I don't know what it is now, but we've definitely got it.
Is it a Diana plate?
No. Not sure. To celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, 1952 to 2002. I remember this Jubilee.
So do I.
Because, hang on, my last year of junior school, which is about aged 10, 11, and it's the year before you go up to senior school, and that's when you start preparing for your GCSEs and whatever. And we had a street party in the playground, and we had like crowns, and we had got given cups of our school, which we still have. And I think we got a spoon. I don't remember if that was from then or from my mum. But apparently, for the Jubilee just gone, all primary school aged kids should have received either a spoon or 50p or something.
Alright.
Apparently.
I wonder if they did then.
Well, we didn't hear
heard
anything
anything.
for Zach's Olivia.
No.
So,
A bit weird.
yeah. Whether it was just selected schools.
Mm.
But yeah, I literally, I remember it perfectly.
I know that for our school, we had a dress-up competition, and me and Dad worked, mostly Dad in all fairness, worked really hard to make me literally embellished crown, like a scepter, everything. I was full-on royal queen, and the person who won the competition stuck some English flags onto some hat, and they won.
Yep.
It's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
Yep, always the case though.
Yeah.
Put all your heart and energy into it, and
Yeah.
somebody who doesn't wins.
Yeah, exactly.
But whilst I have the camera flipped, huge apologies about the whole not having any vlogs for God knows how long. After the COVID vaccine, that afternoon and evening, perfectly fine. Everything was amazing. I even had a phone call with my mum. Then overnight, I think I peed about 4 times, which is not like me at all.
No, very strange.
And on the 3rd time, I think it was, when I woke up, I felt extremely hot. Got Soph to feel my forehead. I then went for a wee. Soph put the fan on and opened the window just to see if it would help. And then the next time I needed a wee, Soph needed a wee, and the girls also needed a wee. Sat up, yeah. And then when I got back, just before we went, I went and did my temperature. My temperature was 40, which I don't know what it translates to. What you would do in America. I'll put it in here. But basically, a temperature of 40 is extremely dangerous, and you're at risk of having seizures and everything. And
I knew it wasn't good, but she didn't tell me this.
In our relationship, there's only been one other time that my temperature's been that high, and it was when I had the flu. And I think that was the first year of us being together. So, for that to happen again, it was awful. I'd stripped down, I'd had loads of paracetamol.
By loads, we mean like normal doses, like when you can.
Yeah.
Not like a bottle of
Yeah.
paracetamol.
Fans on. Like, the worst thing was my feet were freezing.
Yeah. Both of ours were though.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was really weird. We both felt like we'd been out in the winter with nothing on our lower half.
Yeah. And then I ended up having a migraine. All like whole body aches. And then Soph had to have this video call PIP review. And right at the beginning of it, I told the lady, look, I'm not well. We're going to have to see how this goes. And the lady was straight away like, well, Soph can communicate, so we'll just carry on. We're like, okay, it's a bit shit if something was to happen. Halfway through, I started being sick. On camera. And the bitch was just like, well, let Charlotte carry on and I'll keep talking to you as you can communicate.
And in between vomits, you were like, not all the time.
Yeah, she was being really horrible, and then
Yeah.
she was like, well, Soph can communicate. I was like, actually, not all the time, no. Soph has trouble with the hearing, processing, and being able to communicate with expressing how Soph feels, and Soph sees things differently to what you and I would, which is why I've had to fill out Soph's form, and why I'm here on this video call and put it in her notes that I would be here and doing so. So it's like, don't get shirty with me, because I will tell you what's happening.
Yeah, and then like when we were discussing like housework and things like that and like cooking, she was really judgy, wasn't she?
She was horrible.
Like personal hygiene and stuff.
So like she was like, well, who does the cleaning? And I was like, well, we try and do it together, but it's not something we can do regularly. Well, why not? Because of our mental health and our physical health. And then she was asking like, and how often do you change your clothes? And we were like,
a couple times a month maybe.
Yeah, not as often as what you would, by far.
And she was like, do you not change into pyjamas? And I was like, no.
Why not? And then it was like with the cooking, like, well, why can't you cook? It's not that hard. Like, can you not follow instructions?
Yeah, and like she said, well, have you ever been taught how to cook? And I was like, well, I used to cook when I lived at home with Mum and Dad, because Mum and Dad were doing it with me, and like even when you could cook, we would cook together, but I can't do it anymore because I'm doing it on my own and I can't process what I'm doing and I mess things up and
like,
I forget.
Soph would forget something was on and then would put, I don't know, your hand on it.
Yeah.
And then Soph would end up with burns. Or there's been occasions where Soph has left oven gloves on the hob and forgot the hob was on and it started burning.
Although oven gloves can protect your hands from heat, they are not inflammable.
No. So like we've nearly had house fires and things, and it's like we don't risk it anymore. It's just not safe. Not when we've got oxygen in the house.
And I tend to make really stupid decisions as well. So like if I'm trying to cut something up, I won't necessarily think about using a chopping board. I'll just cut it in my hand and then I'll slip and then I'll cut myself.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't go through my head to...
And we were literally telling her all this, and she was so judgy, as if to turn and say, well, you're 28 years old, you should be able to do things like that. Mm. And then she was like, well, who does the shopping? And I was like, I do. Well, do you not have a smartphone and the internet? Can you not do it yourself? No, because Soph doesn't understand the concept of money. That's why Soph doesn't do the bills.
And she was like, well, don't you understand anything about money then? Like, do you not understand how it works to buy things? And I was like, well, I know you have
You're
to
not
pay
an idiot.
for stuff. I'm not stupid. I know that things need to be paid for, but I wouldn't know if something's expensive.
Yeah.
Like today, for example.
Yeah, it's just... she made us feel like we were just lazy bitches that just don't, like, just can't be bothered to do things, and that's not the case. We literally try our best from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to sleep, and she literally belittled us and made us feel like we were just a piece of shit under a shoe.
Yeah, that's the worst assessment either of us have ever
Yeah.
had.
And then obviously with me being unwell halfway through, and I'm trying to still talk whilst vomit's coming out my mouth into a cardboard box because there was nothing else around.
Yeah.
And she just
Completely ignored
basically ignored it and just said to get on with it.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, then after that I was still unwell. Soph wasn't doing great either. So we basically slept for the rest of the day. Slept all night. And yeah, it's just been a rough ride. This was my 6th COVID vaccine, and I've never been this poorly.
All I can think is that because they've done it so that it protects you against the Omicron, I'm wondering if it's that part that
It was till first thing this morning I still had a temperature. But yeah, it was, yeah, it was 37.4.
Forgot that.
But yeah, my head still hurts a little bit, but I can still function today. So yeah, it's been proper rough. But I just keep telling myself, this is to get us through. Like, this is only going to be a few days. If I was to have got COVID with the Omicron variant, it could have killed me. So I just keep trying to remember the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, my God, it's been rough.
No more pickles.
But the last thing then is that this last plate you saw also comes with a certificate
Of authentication.
Yeah. Which, there's only 4,000 of these ones.